I'm Ronnie-Ward from the Ditmas Park section of the Flatbush neighborhood, the borough of Brooklyn, the county of Kings, the city of New York, the state of New York, United States. Well, this is a video. Well, this is the date and time right here. It is. It's Thursday, the 26th day of February, 2026. And there's about a 30-minute video on here. I made the video yesterday, but my phone camera has a weird habit. While I'm shooting a video with my camera, it turns off and turns right back on and splits the video up. So I'm making one take video of that because I don't want to post it up in 3 parts because it's one story. I don't want to do part 1, 2, and 3. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to sit here for 20 or 30 minutes recording the 3 recordings on one thing. I have no idea why my phone just turns off and back on real quick. The minutes and seconds don't even change on the counter. No, it just stops and turns back on a separate video, but keeps recording, I guess. I have no idea why. I don't know. No. So that's the day. Thursday, the 26th day of February, 2026. It is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. What happened? I swear to God, I don't know what happened. Oh, here it is. Oh, gosh darn it. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, it's 11. My God, what happened? I don't know. What happened? Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's 11:39 a.m. on Thursday, the 26th day of February, 2026. It is. Well, I hope I was telling you about these videos I was doing. I can't remember. I'm sort of tired now. Yeah, well, I have 3 videos that I shot yesterday that on my camera, the counter just keeps moving forward, I guess, but it stops recording and turns right back on. It does and doesn't interrupt anything, except it divides one video into 3. So now I've got to re-record a video of this video. I do, because I want to put them away. So that's what I have to do. It takes me double the amount of time. The time it took me to make the video, and then the same amount of time to video that again, just to edit them all into one video. Yeah, double the amount of time. Oh, what's it about? Well, I just can't remember if I already said this or not. I'm so tired. This is about February 2021. Yeah, the Select Committee on the Riots of January 6, 2021 had already met or did whatever they do. And, well, oh my God. Maybe I already talked about it. I don't know. It seems like I did. But in February 2021, the Senate, the Senate. God, I tell you, I'm so tired. Oh, yeah, the Senate wanted to hold a trial for impeachment and hold a trial. But in February 2021, when they're debating the motion, the only remedy available if you get removed is for impeachment trial on indictment of impeachment is to be removed from your office. Well, Trump had already left office on the 20th day of January. I can't imagine what remedy they were going to seek when the only remedy is removal of office and he was already out of office. I can't imagine what they would do. I know what they did to me, so I do. I know what they did to Trump already. I did. I watched all the hearings in the city of New York when they were accusing him of all kinds of bad legal somethings or others. I think it was terrible that they've done. It is terrible. Well, here's my. So here we go. Here they are, right here. Yeah. Yeah. Right here's where I started. Wait a minute. It is because. Wait a minute. Here we go. Right here. Ronnie-Ward from the Hang on a minute. Park section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn. I have to stop it. In the borough of Brooklyn, co-contiguous with the county of King. Yeah, I have to stop it. Start it from the beginning. Yeah, I have 3 videos to stitch together now. This one's 16 minutes. It is 16 minutes. And, yeah, it's 16 minutes. The next video is... Yeah, that do me a little good. So I made videos that document Wait a minute. My research. I swear to God. From here to here to there. My goodness. Yeah. Because that's what you do when you get a PhD. Oh my God. You know what? Lord have mercy. I can't make it turn off. Pause it. No, it's not pausing. No, not right now. There's 3 of them. This one is, how long is this one? Yeah, that do me a little good. This one is, 16 minutes, 12 minutes, and... No, wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. No. Right here's where I started. This one is 13 minutes, 12 minutes, and 16 minutes. That's the length. 12 plus 16 plus 13. Whatever that is. Well, about 35 minutes. Yep. Well, it's already 7 minutes on this to add to these 3 because my phone is weird. It keeps recording, but turns off and back on real quick and cuts it up. I don't know why. I have no idea. So here we go. Here it is. I've already explained to you the gist of what it's about. I have. So it's all in my words anyway. I'm going to try not to add any additional commentary. Ronnie-Ward from the Ditmas Park section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn. In the borough of Brooklyn, co-contiguous with the county. I did this yesterday on the 25th. State of New York, United States. Well, it is Wednesday, the 25th day of February, 2026. I'll just point out. No, 25, not 26. 20 places where it's, I'm just going to do it again. Oh my God. Yeah. Because it's hilarious. Because it's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's my favorite website. Yeah, www.timeanddate.com. Yeah. City shown. Yeah. Capitals. Yeah. Well, 215 capitals. Oh, what time is it? Well, by God, it's 11:15. Well, I don't know how many countries there really are in the world, but this website believes there's 215 capitals. Sovereign states, I don't know how many there really are. 9. Yeah, well, it's almost noon in New York. So it's almost this is great. Right here. About time, past, present, and future. Well, it's Thursday at well, let's see what time it says. Yeah, well, it's going to be 3 a.m. on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. 2 a.m. actually, not 3. It's in my future. Thursday. Because I'm on Wednesday. I'm on Wednesday. It's Wednesday for me. It is Wednesday. Wednesday. It is. And this is in my future. Thursday. It's not Thursday. It's not Thursday for me yet. So, 2 p.m., 2 a.m., 2 a.m., that's my future. I haven't experienced Thursday at 2 a.m. yet. So but the people in Tokyo have.
That's my future. New York is my present. Yes. And London's in my past. It is in my past. Because they've already had nighttime on the same day. I mean, I'm going to have nighttime because the sun travels. The sun shines on the earth constantly. Okay? It does. It constantly shines on the earth. The earth revolves. So the earth revolves in an eastwardly direction. It does.
It spins on its
Compared to
axis
the sun.
in an easterly direction.
If you stood at the sun, or if you just put yourself in outer space and put yourself between the sun and the earth, and looked at the earth, looked at it in front of you, and could see it, well, it would rotate to the left, to the right, in an easterly direction. That's the direction it spins. It spins in a certain direction. It spins in an eastwardly direction. If you're on the planet, it spins in an eastwardly direction. That's why the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Because the sun doesn't move. The earth moves. The sun doesn't rise and set. It doesn't move. The earth moves. It rotates on an axis in an eastwardly direction. That's why they say the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. It's only rise and set in relation to where you are on the globe.
As it spins around, you're stuck on it. You can't get off and don't know it's moving.
So, this is my present time. I'm in New York. That's my time right now. Noon. London's in, this is easier. Tokyo's in my future. Because I haven't experienced Thursday yet. It's future for me. Yeah. That time's in my future. But London's in my past. Because the earth goes in and because of the way the earth runs.
Because I'm in New York and it's noon, well, I can't experience 5 p.m. in London unless I go there and be with them. Because by the time I get over there, it won't be 5 p.m. I can't catch it. It's always move away from me. I can't ever get to it. It moves farther away from me. Farther and farther, later and later and later. It's like, but 5 p.m., in 5 hours from now, I will experience it as my present. But it's really my future because I can't ever get. So London has to be 5 p.m. I can never experience it. So it has to be in my past because 5 p.m. is coming up into my future in 5 hours. it can't be 5 p.m. in my future in 5 hours. Then it means 5 p.m. in London has to be in my past. It has to be in my past. Because it can't be, because it's 5 p.m., be my past and present both at the same time. It can't be. So there you go. Past, present, and future. All at the same time for me. Because my time is constant where I am on the planet. So the people in Tokyo are relative to where I am standing and relative to where they are always, because it was noon here and it was 2 p.m. there. So noon to midnight is 12 hours. People living in Tokyo are always, relative to me, 14 hours into my future, because they've already experienced those things that I have not yet experienced. The time passing on the calendar. They're always 14 hours in my present, in my future, because they've already experienced my future. They're always ahead of me. I can't ever catch up to them. They're always ahead of me. They're always 14 hours in my future. In my future. But if I picked up the phone, I could say, hey, how you doing in Tokyo right now? Well, now we're in the present together because we're talking. But they're still in my future. By the way the time zone works, they're always in my future. They've always experienced the world of what my time is going to be 14 hours before I do it. Because the international date line is on the other side, opposite the prime meridian. They're always ahead of me by 14 hours. They've already experienced. They're in the future because it's Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. I'm not.
Dates. I can't. It's in my past because it's still today, Wednesday. It's at 5 p.m. though. It's in my past. I can't ever get to. I'm going to experience Wednesday, 5 p.m. in my future. 5 hours from now. That's in my future. So if 5 p.m. Wednesday is the time in London right now, which it is, when will I experience Wednesday, 5 p.m.? Well, that's my future. And if in London they've already experienced it,
It has to be in my past because I can't ever experience it. It's already happened.
Wednesday
To people
at
in
5
London.
p.m., but they already have. So that's in my past. Even though it's still future for me. In 5 hours from now. This is a great time to do this. When it's noon for me. Yeah, well, that's not the point of this. But it's a good lesson. It is a good lesson. Yeah, it's a good lesson, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just took 7 minutes to do it. That's all right. It's worth 7 minutes. Yeah, it's worth 7 minutes. It is. Now, here, this is what I'm doing. This is what I wanted to do. Here. Well, this is this is one of my YouTube channels. Yeah. Dino Aldo. It's Dino Aldo. It is. View channel. Well, right here. Here it says history. View all. View all my history. Okay. Well,
Oh,
this
God.
is the last thing I clicked on. Right here.
Well, this is really good. because I'm examining on my YouTube channel history. So if you have a YouTube channel, or you do in your name, there's a place you click. It says history, view all, and it lists a bunch of videos all in an order. And you say, oh, look at that. It starts with the most recent one and moves backwards in time. It's a history of everything I clicked on from now back to the past. Well, it just simply says the word, it just simply says, wait a minute, what the hell is that? I don't know, for God's sakes.
It is.
Oh my God.
Most recent.
Well, it says history. So you think you see this list of videos, it's a record of what you clicked on, actually. History. Like it's important. A history. It's an accurate record. It's not. That's not what it means. History is not the right word to use, really, but because I show in this video what the most recent one is, the one before that, and the one before that. And they're there in the order. 1, 2, 3. The last one, the next to the last, and the one before that. Here they are. Well, I end up clicking on the one that was 2 pegs back in the past and watch it again. Well, it jumps to the most recent one. And where it was 2 clicks in the past isn't even there anymore. So it's not an accurate record of the fact that I even watched them in a certain order. And things are in the list that I didn't even watch. They just pop up automatically. And I was talking to Gemini AI and I said, I pray to God that no court in the United States or Europe or anywhere has subpoenaed the records of your history of YouTube and used it as a weapon against you to prove that you watched certain things in a certain order sequentially and convicted you of a crime, because it doesn't work that way. So if anybody's been convicted with this history as an evidentiary thing to prove you watched something, it doesn't, because things I didn't watch, I was on autoplay or on the list, and something that was the third thing I watched now becomes the first thing. And it being the third thing isn't even there. So I pray to God, Europe, in your current effort to demand evidence from American tech companies, Mr. Prime Minister of Spain, in your recent announcement that you think the European Union should somehow countries force them with some regulation so you can investigate hate and stuff on people in the order they watch things. It's false. It's not evidentiary. It's not even set up to do that. And so, Mr. Tough Man, Prime Minister, whoever the hell you are in Spain, shut up and sit down and leave American companies alone. You don't understand it. You don't bother to look into it. You can give a care less about us or your people or anyone else in the world to stand in Spain, in Madrid, and given your history and your past of persecution, imperialism, and having royals on the throne who got educated in America, then keep to yourself and shut up and sit down. Because you don't know what you're talking about, and I don't believe that. You're just an ogre. You're a dictator controlling the world. Because you think you're above the law. You're not above our law. And you might be above your people, but you are not going to do that. Ever. In Europe, you're done. And everybody else in the parliament is too. European Parliament, your parliament, all the parliaments, you're over. You're cooked, you're caught, you're guilty. shut up and sit down before Donald Trump brings a coalition of armed forces against you and deposes you and snatches you out of Madrid like he did Maduro. Don't think we can't do it. We're sick of you. All of you.
Now, here, this is what I'm doing. This is what I want.
Yeah, you just made the announcement, Mr. Prime Minister. Big and tough man in Brazil, in Madrid. Who the hell do you think you are? You're nobody. You are a zero. And so is the European Parliament. And so is Brussels. And so is Saltenberg. And so is every member of every district that sits in that European Parliament. You don't represent anybody, let alone a nation. Your currency, euro, is fiat. You don't have a central bank that's based on sovereignty. You know, the woman in charge of your central bank, she's a great talker. She knows the mumbo jumbo of what to say, but she doesn't say anything. She never says that the currency is backed by anything. Never. Never. She's really slick and makes a lot of money. And you prop her up and send her out on your lies to convince the world that the euro is worth something. You know, our currency is based on the full faith and credit of the United States of America. All our land, all our corporations, all the value of them, hundreds of billions and trillions of dollars backs all of our bonds and our currency. That's worth something. You have nothing with your euro. Yeah. It's not worth the paper it's printed on. Neither is our $100 bill. But we stand good. Remember the Marshall Plan. After you lied to us, after May 7th, 1945, with the unconditional surrender of Germany, you fabricated a lie and took billions of dollars from us in the Marshall Plan. And we financed the whole rebuilding of your continent. And you still lied to us. The whole time. Well, I'm going to tell you something. You people in Europe, your people, your parliaments, your leaders are a scourge on society. The world will never forgive you for the 80 years of a calculated, purposeful, perpetrated fraud on the world to cover up all the dirty things you've done for 80 years. You'll never be forgiven of it. It's impossible. You've relegated the entire continent to be less than steerage class on a Titanic, who all died. Yeah. No corporation will do business with you. No tourist will come to Europe. No bank will lend you money. No country will let your people travel to it. Nobody will invest any money in you. People will receive your ambassadors. You won't be able to go to the United Nations. Nobody will care about Geneva, Accords, or Paris, or anything. No one will go to Rome. You will be the pariah internally for the remainder of humanity. No one will ever, after 100 years of this, ever trust you to do anything for yourselves or your people. And we won't care about your people. because you don't care about them. The United States, between 1820 and 1920, 100 years, 45 million citizens of the continent voted against you all by coming to America of their own free will, coming to New York, and became citizens here and part of the fabric of our society. Well, after 200 years, my God, we're on the 10th or 12th generation of your people. They are so American now, they can't even remember or connect their heritage to any place in Europe. They've already cast their ballots. 45 million people, all from Europe, who came over here. Oh, not white Western European people. No. Mostly immigrant poor people from Italy and Eastern Europe and places like that who weren't getting ahead anyway. Yeah, no, not people from France. We don't have any French people over here. We have a lot of Germans. They came too. That's fine. We have a lot of Polish people here. A lot of Italian people here. A lot of Eastern European people here. A lot of Russian people here. A lot of Russian Jewish people. A lot of Jewish people that came here during that time. We have a lot of those people. A lot of people from Greece and Armenia, all those places that you subvert and never valued. But we do. We are more Italian here in America than Italians who live in Italy. I feel very sad for Giorgio Meloni and the people of Italy, because we really have a strong cultural bond. Italian is everywhere here. Every city everywhere is Italian. It's unfortunate that she's the prime minister of a country in Europe that has boldly participated in a 100-year lie. I feel bad for Friedrich Merz, who's really trying to do something, but he's not being honest. I'm sorry for him. I really am. Giorgio Meloni and Friedrich Merz, the Italians and the Germans, are the two people I sort of thought, well, maybe there's a way out for them. There isn't. There can't be. It's impossible. Because there's no reason to do that, for them to have any special treatment over any other leader. There isn't, there can't be. No, the only country that'll be all right is Hungary, Czechia, maybe Slovenia, Poland, Yugoslavia, that doesn't exist anymore. It just was created in 1945, and by 1968, well, by Bill Clinton in 92, the first president who never served in a war, just happens to be a Democrat. And what did he do? Mounted a violent assault because the leader of Yugoslavia was butchering people and ethnic cleansing. So what did you all do? Bomb, 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 bomb everybody. A great way to cover up your own murderous ethnic cleansing. And those countries that are there now are still second-class places. They're not even recognized as real countries anymore. They're not even in your club because they're Slavic. You don't like Slavics. You hate Slavics. There was a fine country there that was neutral, that held it all together, that you orchestrated yourselves after you lied to us about May 7th, 1945. It only took you 50 years to change your mind on something you set up to begin with. My God. And now you're doing the same thing in Ukraine. You set that all up. You did. After May 7th, 1945. Yeah, that was all set up to begin with. Yeah, the eastern countries. It was to be a buffer zone so that France doesn't be Napoleon Bonaparte and run across Europe to kill Moscow. So that Germans don't hoard people, try to go and extinguish Poland and kill all those people just to fight Moscow. You think we're stupid over here? That we don't know the facts of European history? We do. We know it better than you do, because it's your way of life over there to be violent and warring and fighting with one another and lying and scheming and secret treaties and all this bullshit. You're like some living novel, some Dostoevsky thing or something. Yeah, you live in a warped fantasy land of your own machinations, but you think it's real. It's not. You live in a fantasy world, but it's a fantasy world that you have built brick by brick, lie by lie by lie by lie by lie, one on top of another, on top of another, on top of another. You cannot tell me there's not people living on that continent who don't know in their own minds right now every lie that's been told and participated in it. It's impossible for you to do so. So, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's not going to be good for you. It will not be good, because the Russian people and Vladimir Putin and their government are our trusted allies. We have never, ever in the history of our country or theirs ever been at war together. And in fact, our presidents and their premiers have been the only two powers that could sit down at a table and ever welcome to sit down at a table and do a nuclear arms control treaties. You were never invited by either our presidents or theirs to ever even sit at the table. So you're not important. And now the very last treaty has finally expired. All that work of all those treaties between the presidents of the United States and the leaders of the Soviet Union and USSR and the Russian Federation are all gone now. And you are just as happy about it and could care less, because you want to go in with France and be the big nuclear power and have bombs and nuclear bombs because you think that's important. Sorry. No. Game up. Game over. You're all done. You're all done forever. Forever? Do you know what forever is? In perpetuity? Into the future as far as you can imagine? That's where you are. Locked in where you are right now, never to escape the inertia of your own doing. Nobody's going to do it to you. You've done it to yourselves. You've had 80 years to work on your project, and now it's over. It's over. Overture, curtain lights, this is it. The night of nights, no more rehearsing and nursing our parts. We know every heart by part. Overture, curtain lights, this is it, the night of nights. And oh, what heights we'll hit, so on with the show, this is it. That's all, folks. Yeah, the Looney Tune cartoons. Yeah, I'm a little edgy. I should be. I've been targeted. I was targeted by the Biden administration through ABC Banking Corporation, one of the largest in the United States, who've committed the crime at common law, first-degree assault, attempted depraved heart murder against me. I have been. That's how bad it is in America. First-degree assault, attempted depraved heart murder. I'm seeking redress for that crime against me at the Supreme Court of the United States of America. And I will get relief. I will. I'm doing that before I do anything else. I'm making these recordings and posting them up like I have been doing for 4 years. I'm not making these public. I'm not promoting them. I'm simply loading them up to my YouTube page. I don't promote them. I don't pay for people to see them. I don't contact the press or anybody, bring attention to it. But it's a permanent record that I have been making on a daily basis since the 22nd day of February, 2022, which happens to be the day I sat at my desk and heard a lie that Vladimir Putin, our trusted ally, treaty ally, who we've never been at war with, that he would just wake up that day and decide that he was going to flip the nuclear chessboard up in the air and cancel all of our treaties because he wants to be a butcher of Bucha and invade Ukraine through Belarus. That is outrageous. It didn't make any sense 4 years ago, and it doesn't make any better sense today. I just know that Volodymyr Zelensky, with your support, has caused the loss of life of tens of thousands of Ukrainians. And do not forget that by this day, 4 years ago, there were tens of hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians fleeing out of Ukraine, flooding Poland and all your capitals. And you had to take men and women and children and find places to put them anywhere in the world as refugees. Well, why the hell would they all be fleeing 2 or 3 days after it began? Where did they all go? I don't know. They voted with their feet and left and aren't coming back. You didn't send in humanitarian aid to go help them. You all stood at the border in Poland. Well, if you get to the border, we'll help you. And how did you help them? You got any Tom, Dick, or Harry from anywhere to drive from Spain, and, well, we'll come and pick you up and take you somewhere. I have no idea. You could care less. You never cared. That's all in the permanent record. I watched it all unfold in real time. We accepted refugees over here from Ukraine. Gave them citizenship even right away and gave them money and everything. Hundreds of thousands of them right into our country. What the hell are they doing here? Spies and traitors and people who just came over here to stir up trouble. That's it. We know who they are. They'll have to leave. They're not going to get to stay. They will have to leave. They're suspect. They blend in too well with us. They don't belong here. They weren't fleeing violence. No, they were infiltrating the United States to work their plans here, lobbying our government, tormenting people, lobbying for support and building up support inside our country to give money to a murderous man who's a butcher himself. He's a liar. Any man that was an actor pretending to be the president of Ukraine and then magically becomes the president of Ukraine is a stupid plot out of some Hollywood ridiculous movie. It's such a bad idea, it stinks to high heavens, and you think the whole world's going to forget about it. I was shocked when he first came to the meetings in the European Union immediately after this time, he looked just like he did on his TV program. Exactly like it. A suit and everything. And presto changeo, he's Mr. Unrecognizable, camouflage all the time, different voice, can't speak English or whatever, can't act. No, he's a master magician of deceit. Trained to do it, a plot by Americans who are Democrats, who've been in on it from the beginning. Victoria Nuland, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, the YES group that's been meeting for over 20 years. In Malta, Mr. Pinchuk, the Ukrainian billionaire who bankrolled the entire YES movement that all during this last 4 years met constantly in Ukraine with all kinds of Americans. How are we going to complete our 20-year project of making Ukraine free? Bill and Hillary Clinton were there 20 years ago in tuxedos and ball gowns in the palace on Yalta, mocking Stalin and Roosevelt and Churchill. The nerve of them to go to Yalta, of all places, 22 years ago to mock the big three. You people are idiots to think you can get away with that. So's Bill and Hillary Clinton. And every American that's participated in it. All the American think tank people who've been going to the Munich Security Council, plotting and scheming against America all these years. You think you can get away with that? Well, you did for a little while. But there's a permanent record by many places in this country that's just waiting for the shoe to drop, and then they're all going to come out and tell the truth of everything. They've been silent themselves. Maybe even the Marshall Fund itself that has a permanent record of everything. I find it hard to believe that a foundation that has money named after the Marshall Plan really is plotted against the United States all this time. I find that pretty odd. Maybe it's true, but that's pretty weird. Well, you just don't got it. You don't got what it takes. You don't make the cut. You're not even the B team. You're not even on the playing field. You don't even know the game or how to compete or anything. You're so far detached that you're not even relevant at all. Your whole country, all your people, all your institutions cannot be relevant in a 21st century modern world of digital AI, advanced computing. You don't even have the institutions in your countries to support it. You can't even participate with it, but pretend like you can. Every major corporation in the world that is the advancement on this are all American corporations who've been working on this for years. You can never compete, ever. You can never catch up, ever. You don't have it. You spend all your time on money and lying and warring and killing and plotting and scheming. You're a violent people, hell-bent on death and violence. You can't cure that. No, it's a defect that you have amplified on purpose because you like it. You can't fix that. Nobody can. Not even you can fix it. It can't be fixed. It's impossible. It really is. You are not fit to participate in the modern world of a 21st century diplomacy or anything else. You can't have diplomacy if you're constantly scheming in a world of backdoor deals and lies inside agreements and not being honest. Nobody can trust you, ever. It's all a lie. You still have royal people sitting on your thrones, and you think that's okay. You still pay them. They still have authority. That's ridiculous. And you claim you have democracy? No, you don't. You have a parliamentary democracy. We have a documentary democracy. They're both democracies, but yours is parliamentary based. Ours is based on a document called a constitution. Where's your constitution? A thick treaty book that's 9 inches thick that you can't even read, all stitched together like it's nothing, some old scrapbook that you dare put in a metal case with all things. You say that's our constitution. Are you kidding me? You can't even read the treaties in there. They don't make sense. They don't even go together. And you think that that's important. It just shows how out of step you are for that long, that you still hold that relic up, a fraud, and think it's real. By the way, I have freedom of speech in my country. I get to say whatever I want about anybody in the world. That's my constitutional right. And this is on YouTube. I'm not breaking any laws. If you want to be offended by this, you be offended. I hope you protest it. That'll prove one thing, that you don't care about free speech, that you can't even take this when I have no authority or power over you. And I haven't even promoted any of this into the public domain or made an issue. I'm just recording my thoughts like a video diary. But I'm sure you'll complain about this too. Who knows? You might even have access to what's in my phone. Maybe. I know my own government does. I live in a surveillance state for national security purposes. So these phones can't be used as weapons against us in our own country. They monitor everything all the time. I'm used to it. They can monitor your interference with it too. They can track it all down. There's no secrets in America or with any of this technology. There isn't. And there never has been since the smartphone came out. It's a tool of national security to monitor us, to make sure we're safe and that we're okay. I don't have a problem with it. In fact, I hope they are monitoring it so I don't have to worry about it. Well, this is one of my YouTube channels. Yeah. Dino Aldo. It's Dino Aldo. It is. View channel. Well, right here. Here it says history. View all. View all my history. Okay. Well, this is the last thing I clicked on. Right here. It is. That is. Most recent. That's the first thing at the top. The last thing I clicked on. Now, I didn't click. Now, I just want to tell you something. I didn't click on it. It auto-played. It started to autoplay, which is fine. I subscribe to this channel. I didn't click on it, but anyway, but it's the first in my history because it auto-played. So it put it in my history. I didn't choose it. It auto-played. Yeah, just so you know. Now, this one here, this right here, I clicked on this one and watched it. I did, but not this one here. No, I'm a subscriber to this channel, and so it auto-plays. I don't know. It does. But this one I chose right here. This, I did. This right here. I will watch this. I watched the whole thing. I did. Oh, here's my little commercial I have to put up with. Yeah, it's a commercial advertising. Skip.
In the last year, and even in just the last weeks, we've been hearing about censorship.
Yeah, I listened to
about
this.
attacks on free
I
speech.
did. And now I'm listening to it again. And watch what happens.
Speech laws and their impact on Americans. posted to YouTube on February 5th, 2026.
See the topic? European Union speech laws and its impact on Americans.
Hate speech and a logarithmic amplification. A censorship crackdown is quietly taking shape, and yes, it's coming for Americans. This isn't just about Europe or social media moderation. It's about coordinated global speech control. This video unpacks the overlooked announcement by Spain's Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, which may have just triggered a new phase in international censorship. From legal threats to platform CEOs, to real-time logarithmic policing, to United States complicity via State Department coordination, this may be the beginning of something much bigger. I decode how modern censorship isn't loud, it's bureaucratic, strategic, and often justified as protection. With commentary from Telegram's founder, Pavel Durov, and former State Department official Mike Benz, this is the story the media isn't showing you. But that may define the 2028 election cycle. Yeah. Subscribe for more breakdowns at...
Well, I haven't promoted a single video I've put up to YouTube. And I have over 1,000 videos in 4 years. I've not said anything to the media or I haven't. But here's a person I just found yesterday. Look what she says. She has a whole following of people on all kinds of places telling these stories publicly and trying to get the word out. She's not the only one. There's thousands of people on YouTube in America that's on the same kind of a topic. It's the same topic that I just was on. It is. But I'm very direct about mine. Because I'm very sure to what I'm saying. Well, they just know there's a problem and are blaming it on you already. On you, Europe. Thousands of Americans, just like this, all over YouTube. Just everyday citizens chatting and talking on YouTube. You can't stop it. You can't. It's organic. It is organic. All over America. Thousands of people just like this. And more people discussing these things in the privacy of their homes and meetings and other chat spaces and things you don't even know about. They're just waiting for a safe time to sort of say something. She says that she doesn't really feel safe saying as much. She feels okay with this, but there's more she likes to talk about that she doesn't even feel safe to put on here. Oh, can you imagine? No, you can't.
That Vanessa M. Yeah, her name is Maris, Mares. She puts it at the beginning of her titles. Yeah. Get my uncensored commentary on Substack. Support my work.
She self-censors on YouTube and has other places to go to be more frank in her conversations.
Yep, and then this episode's divided into chapters. These auto-generate on YouTube, or you can do them yourself. These are auto-generated. Yeah, I can tell because they're in blue. Yeah, they're auto-generated. Most likely. Sort of. Not exactly. Introduction, the growing threat to free speech.
Meaning Europe.
Global censorship.
Europe.
Complex, a coordinated effort. Key figures speak out.
Americans and State Department officials. Spain, leading the current charge of censorship. Telegram, a message service. In on the deal, thinking you're dangerous.
United States and global censorship in conclusion.
It's a whole indictment against you, reasoned out. from her
Audio
perspective.
tracks for some languages were automatically generated. Blah, blah, blah. This is all auto-generated via YouTube. Yeah. Vanessa Maris. There's her name right there. 10.5 thousand subscribers. About. I just clicked about. Where did it go to? Oh, about. Yeah, here you go. About. Description that she wrote to describe her YouTube channel. Our minds are captured. Let's break down the influence behind news, politics, and culture.
Yeah, our minds are captured by European censors.
Yeah, here we go. Here's our links. The station, www.youtube.com @thatvanessaM, United States. Yeah. Joined May 19th, 2025, and there's only been 469,979 views. Well, that's not very many views. It's not. This is a very obscure kind of thing, really, in the terms of YouTube. It is. With that many, and only since May. Yeah. It is. But now here's the point that I'm making, why I'm doing this. Because, and you see what happened? Yeah. Well, it moved here. Now it's at the top because I just watched it. It moved to the top because I just clicked on it. Well, here's the one. Well, EU speech laws. Well, look what happened. EU speech laws isn't down where it was now. EU speech laws was down here after Vantage. It was. It's on the freaking video. It is. I was just talking about it because I clicked it and it put it at the top, but it left down here. I was expecting that it'd be at the top, but it'd still be down here. It just moved. Oh my God. Thank God I've got it on video. Yeah. Anyway. Well, you know the sequence. Because this is why I'm doing this. Because this topic that Vanessa Maris is talking about is very controversial. Oh, it is. Oh, it would be in certain circles. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. It was very interesting to listen to the whole thing. It was. It was interesting. I don't know what to think about it exactly, but
meaning her motivations.
But this is what I'm doing, though. It's so important to me. I'm making this video to document how I found this video. Yes, because I do digital. I'm a researcher. I am. Yep. And we're in an all digital age with AI even. Well, it would do me a little good, would it? Do me a little good to write down a note and say, oh, I'm doing a written report on how I do my bibliography.
Oops, there's where it stopped. I gotta go to the next one. Here you go. Yeah, I just have to go to the next one. Yeah, somehow, yeah, that got really big now. I just gotta slide over. I can go to the next one somehow. It's a little touchy. It is. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, that do me a little good. So I make videos that document my research, how I get from here to here to there. Because that's what you do when you get a PhD or something. I mean, they ask you about your research and your thoughts behind it and why you included this and why you did that. That's what the oral examination is for when you get a PhD, my friends. You don't get a PhD by just writing a paper. No, you have to write a dissertation and then you have to show up before a committee of people. And then they've got your dissertation, and then they examine you and question you about your paper. They do. They want to ask you questions. Well, this was an interesting thing. How did you come about this idea? What was the role of this, and what was the role of that? And you have to make an oral defense to make sure you weren't, to make sure you're worthy to get a PhD. You don't get a PhD for writing a paper, dissertation. You have to make an oral defense before a committee of the academy, because they're experts. God only knows if they still do that anymore in the United States. But anyway, well, okay. That moved anyway, okay. Well, here's all these things that I either clicked on or popped up. Yeah. Here's the order of everything. Yeah, there you go. Well, this popped up. Yeah, I watched that. I watched this one. Why people are, yeah. This one here too, from Vanessa Maris. This one from Vanessa Maris. This one from her. I didn't watch this one. Jeffrey Epstein with Steve Bannon. I think that was a pop-up. I didn't click on that. No, I didn't watch that one. I did watch this one. Revisiting Yuri Bezmenof. Yeah, well, you see, that's the first one of Vanessa Maris. It is. Because that's how I found it. Because I did a search for Yuri Bezmenof. I did a search for Yuri Bezmenof. I did. And when I searched Yuri Bezmenof in YouTube, one of the things that came up was this episode of hers. It is. That's why I clicked on her. It is.
I'd never heard of her before. I had no idea.
Bezmenof. I did. See, I watched several things by Yuri Bezmenov. These are all about Yuri Bezmenov, a Russian Union of Soviet Socialist Republics dissident who came to the United States. He's not a defector. He's a dissident. Yeah, that's a proper term to use. Not a defector. No. A Union of Soviet Socialist Republic because he came to the United States. He came to Canada. Yeah.
In the 80s.
Ended up in the United States.
He's dead now.
And stuff or whatever. Yeah. He's not a defector from the USSR. No, he's a dissident. If anything. That's how you would describe him. A dissident. Not a defector, not a protester, not any of those things, not a traitor, none of that stuff. A dissident. Yeah. Well, you know what? If there was somewhere I could go in the world, I could be a dissident citizen of the United States in a way, I guess. But I can stay right in the United States and be a dissident. I can. I'm a dissident, I guess. Yeah, I'm a dissident. Yeah, I'm a dissident. That's what I am, a dissident. It's a word of diplomacy. It's a diplomacy term. It's a diplomatic term. A dissident. Yeah, it is. It's in the world of international diplomacy. Dissident. There used to be a lot of that was a thing that people were dissidents. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, Mikhail Gorbachev, who was the premier or president or whatever his title was, president of the Politburo, premier, I don't know. Because when he was in charge of the Soviet Union, USSR, I don't know what his title was. Premier? President of the Presidium? Chairman of the party? I don't know. But let's remember, it's the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. A union. Like we have a union.
I'm breaking down the name of the USSR. Learn something.
All the states was the union here. It is. E pluribus unum, whatever, union, yeah. It's a union of Union of the Soviet, like Congress, Parliament. Soviet is a way of organizing the government. And the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, USSR. The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. It's a union. And a union of Soviets. Soviets is a kind of government structure, like a Congress or something. Yeah, it is. It's a political subdivision kind of a thing. Socialist. Socialist is a form of economics. Socialism, communism, capitalism. Those are all three theories of economics. They are. They're all economics. The term economics, if I'm a doctor of economics from a university, it's a doctorate of philosophy. Yeah, because economics is all philosophical. Economics isn't math. No. An economist is a philosopher. Just go check it out. It is. You know, if you get a degree in a doctorate of, if you go to a university and get a PhD in economics, PhD is a field of philosophy. They're all philosophy degrees. Doctorate of philosophy and economics. Yeah, it's not a science. Economics isn't a science. Capitalism isn't a science. Socialism isn't a science. They're philosophies of economics, how you organize an economy. Yeah. So, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. It's a grouping of republics, too. Of republic. Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Yeah, republics. Uh-huh. A form of government called a republic.
Several republics in the plural.
It's called republicanism. The United States, a constitutional, federated, democratic republic. We're one republic here. One republic. We're one republic. Or we could be, well, a state in the United States isn't a republic, you say. New York is not a republic. It's not. Republic or republicanism, here in the United States, when we use the word republic, we need to think about republicanism with a little r, which simply means a representative form of government, meaning that here we don't have direct democracy. Unless you live in Connecticut. If you live in Connecticut, there's some towns in Connecticut that have town meetings. They do. A town meeting form of government, meaning everybody that registers and shows up at the town meeting gets a say. Yeah, that's a form of government. That's not a republic. That's direct democracy. That's a direct representation. Direct representation. Meaning if you live in the town and show up at the town meeting and you're a resident of the town and can prove you're a resident of the town because you live there, then you get a direct say. It's direct representation. I'm represented directly by myself. I represent myself in a town meeting form of government. Yeah. But that's what a Republican is. Meaning I elect someone to represent me. In a district at the federal level, I elect a representative. Me and my people in my district elect somebody to speak on our behalf. They represent us. That's representation. That's what republicanism is. That's not a republic. Not in the United States, it's not. And I say Democratic Republic, Because democracy, meaning you have a right to go to the poll and vote. You get to vote. Constitutional, federal, because we have federalism here, meaning the federal government is executive, legislative, judicial. At the state level, the states are executive, legislative, judicial. Yeah, that's the end of federalism. Because below the state level, executive, legislative, judicial, nothing else exists below that. No, because every state, according to its constitution, I'll guarantee you one thing, each state has the right to dissolve or merge or do anything it wants to cities and towns and counties within the state. They have sovereignty over that. You don't have a right to exist as a county in the United States. No, your state legislature and your governor can eliminate your county. If your city and your state goes bankrupt, guess who has to bail you out? Your state legislature has to bail you out. Not the federal government, not Congress, no. That's why it's federal. Constitution, no. Federal, a constitutional, federated, democratic, meaning you get to vote at the poll, republic. Yeah, that's what we have. Oh my God. Well, anyway, so here's Yuri Bezmenof. Yeah, I saw these things about Yuri Bezmenof. Yeah, I did. But how did I look up Yuri? How did I come to look up Yuri? Right here. The Black Swan.
Oh, one more. There's one more. One more to finish it up. Remember, there was 3. Yeah, here's the 3rd one.
Right here's where it started. It is because I did a search for Black Swan theory. I did.
I think Ascent is always pushing boundaries for everything that is existence.
Yeah, I did. For Black Swan theory, I did. I searched for it.
He refers to things and systems that benefit and grow stronger through exposure to disorder and randomness.
Yeah, I did. I searched for Black Swan theory. I did, because you can see it right here. Here's my searches. All the searches. Vanessa Maris, Yuri, Washington National. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't search for that recently. State of Black Swan theory, right here. Black Swan theory. Oh, and there's the little video right next to it. Yeah, the one I was watching. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I watched it. I did. Yeah, I did watch it. Yeah, I looked this up. And see right here.
Heuristic, where we tend to significantly simplify the recent past and then extrapolate this simplified version into the future. Of course, when these biases are addressed explicitly, we know it isn't the case that things always remain consistent or progress linearly.
This video mentions Yuri Bezmenof in it. It does.
On some level, we know that history is full of things that had never happened until they did. And we know that things once considered permanent have since ceased entirely. But therein lies the rub. Despite the apparent regularity of novel disruptions and turning points, and despite our general awareness of them, we still seem incapable of properly expecting or preparing for them, whether it's on an individual or societal level.
It's right in here somewhere. It'll say Yuri Bezmenof.
Although they do sound ominous,
It will.
tend to relate to negative consequences. Of course, not all black
Well,
swans are
I'm mistaken.
just as often as they
Because
bring
there's,
disruption or destruction. They
well,
bring
there's
creation,
2 or
advancement,
3 videos about the Black Swan, and only one of them
I don't know where it is.
has the
I
reference to Yuri
so
Bezmenof.
if I move it, I'm not going to be moving it around trying to find it.
unprecedented, self-aware, symbolic.
Oh, I can do that.
Existence questioning species.
Well, I could do this. I can do this. Yeah, I can go down here and do the transcript. Yeah, transcript. I can. Well, find the words Yuri Bezmenof in here. Yeah, where am I at? 6 minutes? 6 minutes. 6 minutes.
See how I work through this? Quick, quick, quick. I know how it works. I've been using it for 4 years like this. I've been using Gemini AI since January
Well, it might not
14th.
be here if you didn't say the name. It was on the screen. If he didn't say it in the audio, then it won't be on here. No, it won't be. If it just shows in the video, and if the announcer doesn't say it, then the name won't appear. This is spoken word. It is.
Speech to text.
Yeah, so apparently it was just on the screen. Yep, so here we go, back to here.
That nothing could have ever predicted before us. That changed everything.
Because
Its existence is now completely normal
Because-
and obvious.
because
Only because of the apparent chaos and randomness of the...
because it stopped where I left off. Yeah, it was already red. I mean, I had already watched that much. And it was still there when I came back to it. So that's why I started there, just moved it back a little.
Cosmos, do we exist? And as beings forged by the very fire of chaos, we can also learn to better handle and withstand the flames.
Oh, gosh.
Another concept spearheaded by Taleb is known as anti-fragility. This idea refers to things...
Oh, it's coming up. I don't want to try to move it, though.
Disorder and randomness.
No, because that takes too much time. I mean, I don't know where it is.
Decentralized free markets, airlines,
Here,
the internet,
let's turn it
and
this
knowledge
way.
itself. As these things are exposed to stressors or errors, they adapt and strengthen, growing more capable of thriving under
see.
uncertainty in the future.
It's coming up, I think. I think it is. I know it's in here.
If we are willing to take and face through us, projecting out in all reveal at any point,
It's in this
suddenly
video.
and all at once, to be deeply
It is
flawed,
in here.
incomplete, or flat out.
Yuri Bezmenof.
The laws of nature are
It is
in
in
the cosmos.
No, it's not. I got confused as to which video entitled The Black Swan actually has it in, because there's 3 that I watched.
We don't know what is true, and we don't know what will happen. But we don't need to. At bottom, we don't even want to. The inherent randomness and unpredictability, as much as our minds work to smooth it over and fill in the cracks, provide the slants, slopes, and gaps that thrill us. That build
Oh, it's
us.
after this, I think.
If we wish to improve our experience in a chaotic universe, perhaps instead of always trying to predict or control events, worrying about what might happen or has happened, we should learn to enjoy the bird watching from the roller coaster ride that is existence.
Wait a minute. A commercial break.
Busy work.
Yeah, I don't have a paid account on this one. Now, so I have to watch the commercials.
Notebook LM. Our air.
They're interesting.
Focus on the work that matters most.
That is existence.
Is it coming up next?
Something that very few people could have predicted just a couple decades ago is the economy built on personal information.
Oh, God.
Who you are,
It's in here somewhere. Hang on. Well, I don't think it's in that one. I also watched this one, The Black Swan Theory, and this one, The Black Swan Theory. So it's in either this one or that one. Yeah, the name Yuri. Yeah, Yuri Bezmenov. Yes, Yuri Bezmenov. Yeah, it's in one of these 2 ones. It is. Because I saw his name in one of these videos about the Black Swan Theory. Yes. Oh, it's in this one. Right here he is. Right here. Yeah, 21 minutes, 11 seconds. Yeah, I was watching this one. Here it is. This is the one it was in. Yeah, the Black Swan Theory in human form. Yeah, because remember I searched Black Swan Theory. Blah, blah, blah. Looked it up. Yeah, there's 3
Oops. Okay.
videos about it. This is one of them. Yeah, this one right here. Yeah, this one. The Black Swan Theory, posted September 5th, 2021. 25,388 views. Support small YouTube channels like me and hit subscribe. Yeah. The Black Swan theory, which was proposed by statistician Nassim Nicholas Talib. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, at the at the YouTube channel. In Human Form Psychology. Videos about psychology and power structures. All of my videos are written and edited by me unless stated otherwise. I do not use any AI on my channel. Tell your friends. Well, that's pretty curious. I don't use AI on my channel. Well, let's see when the channel was formed. Yeah, joined February 9th, 2017. Yeah, youtube.com at inhumanform. Yeah, joined February 9th, 2017.
Uh-oh.
1,250,000.
I'm falling asleep. I'm so tired. That's what's happening. It's almost over.
So this is it.
It's 1 hour and 24 minutes long.
Yeah.
1 hour and 26 minutes.
They put it up on this video here.
And we will.
This video here was put up on September 5th, 2021. Yep. But it includes this part about Yuri. It does.
Make America great again. God bless you and good night. I love
It
you.
has this in it too.
Before he announced his presidential run in June of 2015, Trump had become a frequent guest on Rupert Murdoch's Fox News. The network had given significant support to Trump's divisive commentary
where
on
is
former President Obama.
Well, we just saw it
Black swans to appear
where it talks about Yuri.
would remain bad,
Oh, it comes up here.
manageable.
Talking about the fall of the
The CIA
wall, whatever. I mean, I don't want to give this a bunch of airtime. No,
USSR,
I just trying to prove where the Yuri thing is.
rooted in the overlapping
I don't know. For God's sakes, I gotta find the Yuri again.
political initiative world.
Here it is right here.
Trump declared he was running for the
It
Republican.
comes up next. Yeah,
Fox News journalists
it's
were
very difficult to find.
together. They
Anyway.
would lead this new rise of right-wing populism in the United
I'm
States.
so
Oh,
tired.
God. Whatever.
Political experts doubted how legitimate Trump's presidential run would be.
The Black Swan theory, somebody's idea about it. Whatever.
Win the presidency.
I watched all the... I know I didn't watch it all.
The American people.
No, I stopped watching it when I saw the Yuri thing.
Hopelessly optimistic that there was no chance
Oh my
anything like
God.
this could happen.
I'm so
What
tired.
followed would be one of the few black swans to appear in American political history.
Part 3, Meltdown.
Black.
Here's Yuri.
Young.
Yeah. Yuri Bezmenov. It says his name, Yuri Bezmenov. Former KGB. It says he's former KGB. It's true, he is, I guess.
Then you just take this country when everything is subverted, when the country is disoriented and confused, when it is demoralized and then destabilized, then the crisis will come.
All right. Well, this is why it's so important. Yuri Bezmenov. Well, I had done research 4 years ago. Since October 15th, 2021, that's when I moved into my apartment where I live right now. So I know. But I found his work not on YouTube. I found it on Internet Archive and a whole bunch of other places. Yeah, I've watched every single film and everything he's ever done in the United States. All of them. I've already researched him extensively. I already had. I forgot his name, though. I remember his theories and what he stood for, but I forgot his name. So when I saw his name in here, Yuri Bezmenov, I said, oh my God, that's the guy's name. Yes, because I forgot the name of the guy. I knew he was a Russian dissident or USSR, but yeah, I couldn't find it. So that's how I found it. And so that's how I got everywhere I got today. Yeah, that's why I made this video. So I can have a record of it. Yeah, because that's what I do. Because, well, I'm a graduate student. I'm just postponed because of COVID. COVID delayed. From Columbia University, it's School of Theology or Religion called Union Theological Seminary. Yeah, my last day of attendance there was February 7th, 2022. Yeah, it's 1,460 days and 1 day plus 15 more. Or whatever to get to today. Yeah. So I've been doing my research independently. I'm in good academic standing. I'm working on my application to apply to go back and finish. I only have a year to do. Yeah, I had to take a break. COVID interrupted. Yeah. I left in good academic standing. I just can go back. It's been 4 years. I wasn't planning on being out for 4 years, but we had to think of the pandemic. You know, it's a lot going on. Yeah, it's not easy to get back. It isn't. So anyway, that Ronnie-Dean-Ward from the Ditmas section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, and the city of New York. It's now 12:45. Yep. And the video is 42 minutes. It is. Remember, it was noon when we started the video. 45 minutes. Because I paused it a couple of times to look for stuff. That's why I set it off.
Well, oh, that, I guess that's the end. Yeah, it seems like that's the end. Yeah, I'm falling asleep while I'm watching it, actually. Yeah, that was the end. That's where it ended. Yeah, right there. So that was originally 37 minutes. 3 videos, short ones that added up to about 30 some minutes that got cut up into 3 because it does that somehow, and I don't know why. Well, now this video is 1 hour and 40 minutes because I've talked and amplified it, so it's now a much longer discourse on something that was originally just 30 some minutes long. Now it's 60 plus 40. Now it's 100 minutes long. It's 3 times as long now because I've added my commentary in to help explain everything. I have over 1,000 videos like this spread out across 4 or 5 different YouTube channels that essentially mark a progression going forward, not knowing when I would stop moving forward, of everything that's happened to me in the past 4 years. Just like this, it's very powerful. Yeah, it is very powerful. Ronnie-Ward from the Ditmas section of Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn in the city of New York, state of New York, United States. It's 1:18 Eastern Standard Time on, Thursday, the 26th day of February 2026.